Hello and welcome to Parenting Today. My name is Rebecca Miruri Mulure. Thank you so much for joining us. Now today we're talking about parenting in the limelight. Well, in this digital age, there's a whole shift from mainstream media. You know, there's a time that TV personalities were the so-called celebrities in the country, to now the social media space where we've seen a lot of content creators becoming celebrities or personalities. And in this case, like for today's show, that is what we are going to discuss. It's become an era that we need to be very alert to. How do you parent in this era? How do you put out your life out there and at the same time not jeopardize your child's upbringing? And to help me have this conversation is a couple. We have Oscar Mwalo and Agnes Kiungu. Agnes and Oscar will tell us for how long they've been married, and they have one child between them. Now, Agnes Kiunga, also known as Aggie, the dance queen, came to the limelight when we watched her on the song Short and Sweet by Sauti Sol and Nyashinski. That's how I came to know her. And today she's on set.
Yeah.
Good to meet you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. I'm starstruck.
Really?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, no. Please don't be.
You know, it's interesting how the shift has happened. You know, from TV personalities, like the traditional TV personalities, to now, you guys. Like we've shifted now to the digital age, to the digital space.
True.
Where now the likes of you people are the personalities.
Yeah.
Like mtu akipita, whoa, that is Aggie. You want to say hi, you want to take a photo, you want an autograph signed. Welcome.
Do they still sign autographs nowadays? No.
Maybe t-shirts?
I don't think.
T-shirts? No. Right now it's all about, can I take a selfie?
Oh,
So it's a
that's-
selfie world. Yes.
Okay.
That's the signature nowadays.
That's the signature. And we've learned on social media about it. Welcome to let me start with you, Oscar.
Yes.
Yes, tell me about you guys. When did you become parents, and what came first, the fame or the baby?
Wow.
What came first? The hard work. Yes. So we are a couple. We've been together for 8 years now.
Awesome.
Yes. As you said, people didn't know really, I think, about us until after Short and Sweet. Yes. So basically, that's when we started, I think, being in the limelight. She started, then I came in way later because I've been a teacher. I've been behind the scenes most of the time. So that's
a dance teacher?
Yes, a dance teacher, awesome. Trainer, mentor. Yes. So that's what I've been doing. So when she came to the limelight, of course, people wanted to know now, is she taken or not?
No,
yes, what's her status? So that's how I came into the limelight. And our baby, we had a baby, like how many, is it a year? Months.
13 months.
13
so
months.
It's 1 year and 1 month.
Ago.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That is
so
on August last year? Is
no,
it?
No, March.
in March.
March, sorry. Yeah.
March date 8th, that's the birthday. Yes, so I think that's the new journey that we've started. Personally, I think the 8 years, is it 7 now? I think I've put the 7 behind. I'm now looking from the 1 year, 13 months now moving forward. I think that's now where my life starts.
Okay.
Yes.
To you, Aggie, tell me about that. How was that now being thrown into the limelight after the song? I'm sure you had been dancing before that.
Yeah. I think I don't want to call them the outside world, got to know me after Short and Sweet, but the corporate world knew Aggie existed because I was more of a corporate performer. But now, after the song went viral, now the world got to know who Aggie is and got to accept, like, really dance is something. I think that is where the wave of dancing started changing, because earlier it was just, new dance too. But now after Short and Sweet and going viral, being called on tours, so people are like, oh, really? This dance is making sense now. So not really that there's much that changed, but I think people became more aware of who I was, and I could not be in a space without maybe 5 or 2 people noticing that's her. So my life kind of had to tone it down, not to be everywhere anytime. So, but I think it's something I'm still adjusting to. I've come into terms with it and accept people will know you. People will want to say hi to you. People will DM you, trying to hit on you. How do you handle it from there? Because you can't keep like blocking everyone. So I think I'm still learning.
Okay.
And I'm in a new space of being a mom.
Yes.
And that comes with a way different, I don't want to call it pressure, because now even the baby, I think, is more famous than we are.
Nairobi.
Yeah, baby Nairobi is more famous than we are. So it's we are learning. We're in the process. We can't say we are there. We've made a few mistakes. We've learned from them. But it's a journey. We want to keep learning and experiencing and maybe getting the most out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's why I asked you earlier, like what came first, but you know, like the fame or the baby.
The fame.
So the fame came
Yes,
first.
yes.
So did you at any one point now sit down together and just think through it before the baby came? Like, what kind of life do we want to give this baby? What kind of life do we want our family to carve now with this kind of fame that we've had right now? Is it something that you guys had a conversation about?
I would say we never had a conversation about it. Actually, we did not even expect that to start with. After the fame, we were in a kind of a space where now people wanted to know a lot of things about us. So, like she said, we toned it down a bit so that we don't allow people to know everything about us. Because again, the technology, the digital world, the more they know, the more maybe they bash you or like you.
Cyberbullying.
Yes, so we had to tone it down. So we never really had a chance to talk about our family, like how we would want to have a baby. Is it a boy, a girl, or steps to take for us to have the baby. I think it just happened. It was just a blessing. I was at work somewhere in around Kenya. I was in somewhere in Kilifi. I was teaching, as I told you. Okay. Then she came to
that
Kilifi.
Took her back.
Yeah, she came to Kilifi, and then I think she wanted to tell me she was expecting. Then I don't know what happened. I was very busy, and then when I'm busy, I think I just shut off. So I think she saw I wasn't ready, so she didn't tell me. She waited until we came back to Nairobi. And that night, she told me, by there, babe, da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. I didn't sleep the whole night. So many thoughts were running through my head. I was like, am I ready? Am I ready to be a parent? Am I going to be a good dad? Am I going to be a good man to my family? So many thoughts just...
Do you feel like the pressure came from outside or from yourself?
From myself. From myself. I think if I look at also my background, we've been raised with, we are lucky to have both parents. So I could say we've been raised well. So I was just wondering, how has it been? The way I used to be, maybe nilikuwa nasumbua wazazi. Is it the same case? What is going to happen? How am I going to be a dad? Basically, just I think my life changed from that day because I started looking at life from a very different perspective. When we were two of us, you know, it's a party, nini. We can even go to Nakuru and stay over 2 days, nini, come back later. But now, responsibilities start coming. That day she told me she was expecting, I think everything changed around my head, in my mind, and how I wanted to, even for my students to look at me. Because now I'm going to the next level of being a parent.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we didn't discuss about having a baby. Maybe she had her thoughts, but I never said it.
Aggie, what came to mind? Did you ever feel like you're going to have any societal pressure now that you are in the limelight and here you are? People are still trying to dig out like your background, and here you are now expecting a child.
Wow. Actually, I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about any other people outside, maybe the home, because I was like, yeah, I think this is the right time for the baby to come. Of course, you'll be thinking, wait, now I'm pregnant, my career. There are all these things that are happening around your mind. You are at the peak of your career and you're thinking, wow, if this baby comes, and the way me naona kwa mtandao, people are taking forever to snap back, you're like, oh my God. This is going to like pull me down on something. But then I think it took me back, and I think I really prayed about it. And I was like, if this is a space God needs me to be at this moment, let me enjoy it. Because I think from there, from having to understand that every time there has to be a season and you have to flourish in that season. We're not that spiritual, but I think the season scriptures, I think they came right at the right moment when we needed to. You know, we hear them and you're like, hiyo ni scripture too. But then we were experiencing it. Now it's here.
Yeah.
So we had to like know this season, it's going to pass. The 9 months will pass. We'll bring forth a new being that we need to take care of.
Exactly.
That's another season of being parents. So I just had to shift my mind and know career will always be there, but let's focus on being the best mom I can be.
Yeah.
And from there, I think I enjoyed my pregnancy.
Whoa.
From the word go, from when I knew I was pregnant until the last minute, even through that labor. I was just
Awesome. Did you document it in any way?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. I was dancing all through. So I have so many dance videos of me dancing during my pregnancy. I didn't have any morning sickness. I had nothing. I think the only one issue we had was
mom.
I had it's called what? Influx of not nausea. We thought it was labor pains, but actually it was acidity. I think I had eaten something, so I was just puking, and it was almost like a week to me. Yes, so we thought like it's labor pain, but when we went to hospital, I was like, no, you're
Acidity.
not yet. It's just the acidity. So I think that was the only issue I had. But ati nimeamuka leo sisikii, I think I was the happiest person when I was pregnant. Everything to me was just happy. It was just a different.
Because I think I had so many thoughts going around, but to her she was happy, jovial.
Wow.
She would wake me up, babe, let's do this dance. I was like, do you know
Did you
the
have
space
any,
I'm in?
Did you have any observations, especially at that time now, that like pregnancy is treated with some, how do I put it, with some sort of sanctity, like you want to protect your, the pregnancy. Did you ever feel the need to tell her, Pana, let's not document this or what?
No. I think for us, being not a new generation, but being in this space that we are in,
yes.
I think we are not like the old age type of thinking. So we were happy because personally I do not have reservations.
Yes.
And I'm here for the enjoyment. Because again, if we are together, we are going to be together for life.
Awesome, yeah.
We have to enjoy. You understand? I do not want to keep my family in a space where we say we can't do this. We can. Of course, there are things we can't do. Vices of the society, we can't do that. But if we are living a good life and we want to have fun, why not?
Why not?
That's why I told her. She had some reservation. There's a video, the first video that we did, I think, for
when people knew I was pregnant.
Yeah, she
was
wasn't
almost
like
7 months, 8 months.
I think no 7. It was 7.
months.
Yeah, she was like, are we sure you want to? I told her, babe, let's go. I cheered her, let's go, babe.
Nice.
Then she opened her stomach and we did a video and people were like, oh, yeah, we didn't know.
It trended.
Yeah.
You know, but most of the times I think it's the men who always are very reserved. They're always like, for women, we love sharing our lives. We want to post our babies on social media all the time. But for men, it's usually like, there's some reservations.
But imagine
about
I'm the most reserved. Him.
All out.
All out.
Let's go,
Let's do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to take a short break, after which we'll talk now about baby Nairobi, how the baby came, and how it has been now for the 13 months raising the baby. After this short break, don't go away. Welcome back. You're watching Parenting Today. Today we're discussing parenting in the limelight. And my guests, Oscar and Aggie, are in the limelight. They are dancers, professional dancers, and they were just narrating their journey through parenting in the limelight. Now tell me about the baby. Let's go with it. When the baby came, and how was that like?
Okay, of course, I'm a CS mom. So the first 2 months were really, I don't want to say hard, but they were hard on him because he had to do everything. So he, like, if the baby's crying, he had to bring the baby to me. So it was, I was feeling the pressure because of him, not because of me healing. Unanakusalimia?
Handshake.
Yeah, so I think that is why it was tough for me, because he was in, he looked, I don't want to say meek, but he looked so
Pressured.
beaten, like he's done.
Humbled by the whole.
He's done. He's done, yeah. So, but then when when I got, now I can walk, I can move a bit, I can clean a bit. I think life now became totally different, because Nairobi is a very happy baby. You look forward to seeing him, waking up and see him. Even when he's sleeping, you're like, hey, wake up, just to see if he's going to wake up. Because when he wakes up, he's just smiling. You tell him morning is like, he's smiling. It's like he understands you. So I think Nairobi has tightened our bond, because it just makes the room bright. And everyone who sees Nairobi is like, he brings joy to people, and that same joy is what he gives to us. So he's a very bubbly baby, and we haven't had any issues with him when it comes to health. He has been a very easy baby.
Wow.
So even us Googling things that are happening to the baby, why is the baby not sleeping? Yeah, that has not affected really as in the outcome of us being parents, but it's just a phase that we didn't know what to do, so we need to Google. But we enjoy, even when you're not sleeping and you want to, he's biting your nipples, you're like, you want to smash him, but you're like, okay, relax.
Yeah.
He's your baby.
It's a great experience.
Yeah.
I want to know now, this in relation to you being in the public eye. Have you experienced, the public being in a position where they want to see the baby, they want to know what is going on with your lives, and how has that affected your family now? Has it ever affected your family in any way, like feeling like we owe the general public? There's always that feeling like, oh, maybe we owe them the baby's face. We owe them, oh, they need to know what our baby is like. Yes.
Yeah, I think personally, I'm an easy person, I would say that. So all these restrictions, I didn't want to impose them on my family. So the first thing that happened was after the baby. Of course, everybody, social media, they wanted, because I think even after the day she delivered, she trended a bit, and some bloggers and blah 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 were saying lots of things. Even some negative people were talking about some negative stuff, especially about me, I think.
Because he was with me throughout the labor pain.
Yeah, I was there.
So I was
rubbing her.
When that labor was there, yeah.
Yeah, so some people, like there's a person, I won't mention the name, but the person was like, as a man, you can't do this, you can't be there, you should let her mom be there with her, you have no clue of what's happening, you lots of crap. But to me, I was like, I wanted to be there.
Yeah.
So this is my decision, not your decision. I cannot live with what you think. That's in your head. Me, I want to live the way I want to live. Is it a wrong thing that I'm doing? It's not. It's a good thing. We know of some people who've had even cameras in the labor room and whatnot. So it's their choice. So after that, I think...
And how do you build that? You see that thing that you're saying, it's my family, it's my space, like you do your thing, I'm going to do mine. How do you build that?
I think
how do you build that sort of resilience now? Because the social media space can be very, very toxic.
I think it comes with personality, I would say. I know we have those, the 4 temperaments. People are different. So I believe that personally I'm different, and I am okay. And then I have this, I would say I'm a bit mentally strong, because I'm a bit old as well. I might look young, but I'm a bit older. So strength-wise, mentally, I'm okay. So I can make good decisions. I can make assertive decisions. I know what to do, where to go. This is how we are going. So I can make a plan. So that's why I think when negative things come to me, I sort of have a way to filter them. And of course, there are some things that you'll get. Maybe somebody was making noise about something. You could get a point maybe that could help you in something. So I could filter them and say, I'll use this. I won't take this. I won't take this. I would protect my family from this and this and this. Actually, even I also do some management of her social medias, and there are some comments that when I get, I delete. Actually,
to
she doesn't
protect
even
her.
know. To protect her.
Wow.
So any negative thing that I get, I can delete it before she sees, because we can see the socials together. So I've deleted so many things that she has no idea. I think she is even listening to this today. She
For the
doesn't
first time. Did any of those ever get to you? Did you?
Yeah, I think.
And especially surrounding your role as a parent.
I think the only critic we've had is one time we were dancing and Nairobi was trying to crawl. And we almost, actually it's me who almost stepped on him. But we could see him in the mirror. That is what people didn't understand. We were seeing him in the mirror. So you're like, but that is what, this is our life. We cannot separate what we do with the baby. He's here. So he has to be in our space all the time.
Have you ever received any form of criticism, say from your family or from relatives who just think like, hey, you guys, you know, you cannot be putting the baby, out there. You know, like from very close people, not even like the society, but people who know you, like close people to you.
We've had that with our friends. I would say our family. Our family.
They're laid back.
You guys, they're easy. You do what you want. Plus, they trust us. I think they know that we can do it.
Plus, we are both firstborns, so
the responsibility that comes with it. So I think our friends, at some point, there's a friend of mine who told me something of the sort. You know, you can't put your baby on social media because there'll be some backlash on your baby. People will start analyzing your baby. Oh, kichwa kubwa. Oh, sijui what not. Just some nonsense. But I told the friend, you know what? I think we live in a technological era where this baby, whether we like it or not, this baby is going to be on social media. We can prevent him till, say, 18 as a, say, proper parents. But now when it gets to 18, because the baby was not exposed to these social media things, whatnot, now the baby is starting a new journey at 18 years old. And you know, at 18, these guys, they grow up so fast. So he's seen a lot of stuff. Of course, even our phones he takes, he plays some games. So he is ahead. It's only that we are thinking that the baby is still dumb. So now he's going to social media at 18. Then now he'll know what to do. He won't know what to do. Personally, I think both of us, we've been there. So we know social media. So there's no better way of introducing the kid to social media through other people. It's between us, because we know the social media. We can introduce him and try and tell him this is the direction that we want you to follow. Stop everything else that you'll hear, blah, blah, blah. You follow this direction. It is okay. We are here as parents. We are here to protect you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you had cases where you've had maybe to consult like other celebrities who've gone ahead of you, maybe to learn one thing or two about parenting in the limelight?
We have, because I think we have personal friends, and I think we call them family. Yeah, we have like the Bahatis, they are our friends. I think the Madenges are our friends. So we talk a lot. When we meet, not a lot, but when we meet, we have discussions about family, parenting, kids. So even them, I think the Bahatis have been there on a bigger scale than even us. So they were the better people that we went to ask for advice of how did you do it, what the do's and don'ts for social media and raising a kid. And they were like, it's okay. It's only that you'll have a backlash. Not everybody is going to like you. Other people are going to hate you. But I think the thing that they told us was, even haters at some point, they're just people who like you, but they just want to be on the other side.
Yeah, to get your attention.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So how has now you guys being in the limelight, has it affected your parenting in any way? How would you say it has it made you better parents? How do you balance that now, being out there in the limelight? And then now you have a child when you go back home, like this child now to bring up.
I think I've become more responsible. I'm always thinking about him. So it's not about me anymore. So even when I go out there, you find people, even nowadays, people forget I am there. They're like, where is Nairobi? Like, how is baby doing? So that is a different life that I'm experiencing. But besides being a parent, there's this brand. Aggie is a brand. So when I'm out there, I stand as a brand and I do what a brand is supposed to.
Yes.
I'll behave how a brand is supposed to. Any other addition comes once I step out of, this is what we agreed, you've done it, now it's time to be a parent. But I don't think it has affected how I behave as a parent. I have no idea what I'm doing, but what so far maybe we are doing something right, because things have been positive so far. That's what we believe.
Okay.
So we cannot say we know anything,
Yeah.
but maybe it came naturally somehow.
Yeah.
And we've also seen people and we are learning from them.
It's actually a learning journey.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we are not there yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. And I like that, because it's a journey for all of us. I think we learned so many things. Even our parents are still learning up to now.
Yeah,
how
and
to,
also
how
something-
how to parent adults.
Yeah, something we've also accepted is every household, every pair of parents, they have their own way of raising their kid.
Exactly.
So we have decided we are going to raise Nairobi the way we feel is right, and the way we feel him is not feeling undermined as a baby, as a child. He has all his rights, but if you're going to be stern, we'll be stern when it's needed. If it's to love him, we'll love him. So we will do it how we think is right.
Exactly.
Not really asking people. Of course, we can ask people for advice, but we can choose to take it. Just listen to the only positive part of it. But mtu asikwambie akiangusha remote mchape.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, sometimes we wanna follow that, but it becomes so hard for you to raise your hand and you're beating your baby. So it's just yeah.
So you've chosen your own culture and
Yes.
how you want to bring up that
True.
baby. So we'll listen to some advice after
Yes,
this
we
short
will, we
break,
will.
because we have a counseling psychologist with us. It's called Mashari and Njoroge, who's going to join us after this short break. Don't go away. Welcome back. You're watching Parenting Today. Today we are talking about parenting in the limelight. And on set is Oscar Mwalo and Agnes Kiunga. Agnes is the Aggie, the dance queen, the famous Aggie, the dance queen. And right now we are joined by a counseling psychologist. His name is Mashari Njoroge, who's going to shed more light into parenting in the limelight. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Yes, tell us about yourself a bit.
Well, I'm a counseling psychologist, mainly dealing with mental health and disability rights. I'm also a director of Championing for Inclusive Communities, whereby we want to see or advocate for everybody's inclusion in the opportunities and access to services within the community on an equal basis with one another, without discrimination.
Wow.
Yeah,
Welcome to the show.
thank you.
Now, today we have parents here who are parenting in the limelight, so to speak. With this digital age, I think we were talking earlier, and you know how the shift has just happened. Right now, phone penetration, internet penetration is really high. People have phones on their hands like all the time. So, parenting in such an age, and especially when you're popular on the social media space, how is that like? Number one, yes, how is that like? How are we supposed to parent in this time and age?
Thank you very much. And it's good that I've candidly listened to the conversation, and they've brought it out so well about like being role models of a modern family per se. Because the key word here is responsibility and the value system. Because despite the digital age, what you could hear about their progression and when it was the union and bringing forth the kid, what came out very well is that they have always been responsible citizens at an individual capacity, in their careers and even in their talent development. They never let it loose to go to anywhere uncontrolled. Like Aggie knew, I'm progressing as a dancer, and this attracts a lot of public attention. There's some negative energies being brought, there's some distractions, but she was able to manage that, the excitement, the public, and her own ambitions as a citizen, and also as a spouse to the gentleman. And the gentleman behind also talks about consistency, waiting, appreciating, correcting, and also talked about mentorship, because at some point they had to go and seek guidance from a couple they knew very well. It's not going to mislead them, but show them the way forward so that they can manage the excitement and the distractions that come along with the status they have in their community. Yeah.
Wow, that is really beautiful. In fact, I love the place where he said how he shielded her from, you know, some comments that would come in. So let me, you know, help us understand this right. When people decide to, and not just them like specifically, but when people decide to parent in the limelight, you decide that you're going to put your family out there. What are some of the motivations that come with that? What are some of the consequences that we see with that? Or what are some of the considerations that they should have before they decide that, maybe before you get to the consequences? What are some of the considerations? Like if I decide today I'm a parent of two. So if I decide today my family is going to be out there like on social media and I'm going to put them out, what are some of the things to put in check first before I do that?
Yes, that's a very good question. And you find that in most cases, we have as many motivations that people out there in the social media posting their stuff and their families and whatever they do. And the motivations could be different. Like today I want to show the public I'm a parent. I'm a responsible parent. I have given life to my kids. And probably the motivation could be I was in a relationship, not the real motivation. And he meant to move on. And he left me. I want to prove to him that I'm still capable, even better, even in his absence. So you're sorting out anger issues, but not really about yourself and the kind of lifestyle that you're living, which is really misplaced, because there could be a counter effect on the children that you're trying to post. Because there are issues that are hanging out there. They have not been sorted. You're using your own children, and they can be a sacrifice.
Yeah, but there are cases where we've had, I think, these celebrities just walking out and people have decided to take photos. You are out there just enjoying your meal as a family, and someone has decided to take a photo of you feeding the baby on mashed potatoes and mashed potatoes and spinach while you're eating pizza, for example, and they take that photo and they make a big deal out of it. Look at these people. Sorry. You know, like in the case of, I think, I was watching the documentary on Princess Diana and how Prince Harry were brought up. And I saw, like, at some point, like, Princess Diana had to literally just walk to the photographers and tell them, please, we are trying to have, like, some family time. Just give us time. Let my kids just be kids. How do you then protect your children in such a case?
Okay, I look at it in two ways. One, the gentleman talked about protection and responsibility. You are responsible for your family and your privacy and how you go about it. But then again, sometimes it goes out of the way, because you have so many people out there also looking about your personal life, like now the example you're giving about the royal family. And they want information always to go out to the public. And the state actually has a responsibility of protecting its citizens from harm, because negative information can have some very devastating effects on individuals' mental health. Like some of the information looks so real and very destructive at the same time that you're not able to get yourself out. Like when he said that sometimes he has to vet or edit information so that she does not access it. He knows the level of damage that can go to Aggie and the kind of damage it can do to her. So he, by his personality, he says, oh, this is just, no, it is just to go, and it doesn't even have to be discussed, and it goes away.
Yeah.
Because the more it is being amplified, the more it is internalized by the couple, and the more anxiety it can bring, and it can even go to more heights as far as the health and the welfare of the family is concerned.
And how can parents now in their space build that mental strength?
I think constant discussions, genuine discussions, being authentic with one another, and also mentorship is very, very important, because I think in every couple you are going to find there are so like-minded couples who can be on the standby to be consulted on anything. With such a couple as well, it's also good to sometimes work hand in hand with security agents who have the orientation of the cyber mechanisms, the management of frequencies, and the cybercrime and bullying. They need to be in touch with them so that in case something goes out of hand, they are very quick to liaise with them and see also how they can file for the damages, so that some of the people with this negative behavior should also not go unpunished to some extent.
I'd want now to throw the ball back to them.
Yeah,
Do you
I
have
think
any questions for
the security part that you talked about, it has happened before. Like before we moved, we stayed in a place for about 3 years. So that's where the fame came in, when we were staying there. So a couple of people surrounding us, they knew where we stayed. There's a time we started having knocks on our door. Like people would come randomly. So she never used to open the door. So I'm the one who goes to open the door. And then you find somebody at the gate, I want to talk to Aggie. So I'm like, who are you? What do you want? No, I just want to talk to her. I send them away. It happened, I think, 2 or 3 times. Then now we decided it's time to move. So we moved to a new location. So where we knew that maybe people who will surround us will not know, or if they know, there are at least fewer people, because where we stayed, it was an apartment. So people will just know, they see you going downstairs, the shops, whatnot, exactly. Yeah, the supermarket. So we moved basically because of the security, because I felt like, what if I'm not around, because I also travel a lot. What if I'm not around and somebody comes knocking? Maybe she's the one who opens, or maybe she was just, I don't know. So somehow I thought it's time for us to move because of the security part that you mentioned. Actually, I've never thought of maybe involving the security agents, telling them, you know, we feel like this and whatnot. So I thank you for that. So maybe it's something that we can also think about, because even at times in public, maybe you're just eating, someone is just at the corner, maybe with the phone, so you're wondering. And because she's also a reserved person, now we've filtered the places that we go. We don't go to any place. Yeah, we go to specific places that you will find us, and they are not crowded places. Yeah, when we go to crowded places, maybe it's only... And
these are very deliberate moves that you've had to take, because, just to ensure that you're protected. Yeah, that's nice. You have any question for him?
No, actually, what I'm thinking is the kidnapping part. That is where my mind is.
God forbid.
God forbid. That is what I'm thinking.
Forbid,
but then, I've made a point of praying for Nairobi every day. Even when we are sleeping, I make sure we hold hands, me and him, and we pray. So that part, I think God has got us. Because now I'm even wondering, was it right for us to put him on social media? So many things are going across my mind.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe as you finish off and with what they're saying with the security part.
But I can ask him, do you think us putting our baby on social media was a good move, was a right move? What will you advise?
To me, it's not a wrong move, because the intentions are clear. You already said he's a brand.
Yes.
You are a brand yourself. and he's going to run things in future, and he's starting that early to be mentored, to do his own stuff. So you're not just doing it for the sake to show, this is Nairobi, here we are, we live good,
You
we are
can run
celebs.
now.
No,
We can do this.
no. The intentions are good. And I also don't, let me just clarify this. We're not going to put fear in front of our strategies and our priorities in life. Fear should come behind. It's only that you have to be precautious because the distractors are there and it's real. Let him learn. Let him get used to being a leader, because all I see is much of leadership, which could be different from maybe other formations because people are different. And so trying to establish him right now, he gets used. By maybe 13, he's doing his own stuff. There is no 100 harm per se, as we could say. But the motivation and the intentions are just clear as you show. So to me, I have no problem with that.
Thank you for
I
that.
love that.
Also
That
phones,
has
is
been
it
clear.
okay for babies to have phones at a young age, or that's a different discussion?
It's a different discussion.
It's a different discussion, but it's
But we
also
can touch
about,
on it very
it's all about the
briefly because we
training.
need to finish.
Yeah, it's all about how do you train your kid.
Yeah.
It's all about how you discipline, because one thing remains constant, the value system of bringing up the kids, despite which generation age you belong to, remains the same.
Constant.
Constant, yeah.
We'll have you, for that conversation some other time. Thank you so much, gents and lady. Thank you for your time, and thank you for having this very important conversation. Because at the rate at which we are moving, like we need to have this conversation. The social media space has taken over, and we cannot be oblivious to that. Like it's a very important conversation to have. Thank you so much for watching Parenting Today. My name is Rebecca Miruri Mulure. Have a great week.
Welcome to Tile and Carpet, where we deal with everything you would need at home, in the office, restaurant, and hotels. We offer solutions to all your needs. We have a wide range of roofing solutions, tiles, sanitary furnishing, and interiors. We have exquisite furniture, elaborate dining sets, and classic comfy beds. Our prices are affordable across board. Feel free to visit us in any of our different branches in Mombasa, Kisumu, and Nairobi. We also do site visits and offer clients with professional advice. You can reach us on this number for the site visit.